welcome. Welcome, my people. Chef-boyArGee here. Today, special military edition of Cooking with a Chef. Alright, Chef-boyArGee here. It's damn good. Damn good, says the chef. Chef-boyArGee. Tonight, military special. This is something we used to cook when we were in the military. Yeah, you weren't supposed to. You're not supposed to cook in the dorms. Oh, you guys say barracks. But you weren't supposed to do that, but we used to make some cheesy hamburger helper macaroni. Oh yeah. And I'm going to show you how we used to do it in the dorms in the military. What do I hear in the background? Wendell G by REM. We listened to that back then. I think he was a relative of Chef-boyArGee. Wendell G by REM. But come on, let's do some of this hamburger helper cheeseburger macaroni with the chef. Are you ready to get cooking? Are you ready? Alright, welcome. Why is a chef? Why is a chef wearing an ammo hat? Haha, the chef is a veteran. United States Air Force. Ammo. If you ain't ammo, you ain't... you wouldn't understand unless you were there. But anyway, back when we lived in England, I hear some REM. That's what we listen to. But back in England, we lived in the dormitories. When you're 18, 19, 20 years old, young ammo troop, young United States Air Force veteran, young troop. I guess if you were in the Army or you're in the Marines, they'd call it the barracks, but no. In the Air Force, we called it the dorms. It was sweet. Air conditioning, I'm sure they've got Wi-Fi now. Oh yeah. You must complain when the Wi-Fi signal is bad. But anyway, ammo. But what we used to do, this one goes out to my buddy, my lifelong buddy, Esquire Brian Spangler. How about it there, Spanky? Smokey says PC 110 is a TAV 34. Some more military jargon for you. But anyway, Brian used to taught me how to do this at Fatwell. That was an off-base dormitory. Cool place. But you're not supposed to cook in there. Ha! Little public service announcement if you didn't know. Iron. I used to be damn good with an iron. Oh yeah. I mean, I could make razor sharp creases in my sleeves, my pant legs. Oh yeah, it's gooder than iron and starch. But if you take that iron and you turn it upside down, guess what? Turn that sucker on high and you could heat some soup. Oh yeah, you could. You could take a can of soup, put it on that hot iron and wait till it gets warm. Weren't supposed to do that. And I remember my two buddies lived next door, Rick and Jughead. They had a toaster. Oh, not supposed to have a toaster in the dorm. They liked toast in the morning. They were too lazy to go to the chow hall. Well, we didn't call it the chow hall. We called it a professional dining facility in the Air Force. Yeah, I know. Army guys and Marines are saying, oh yeah, right, chow hall. No, dining facility. But they'd get that toaster going in the morning. Twice they set off the fire alarm. I'm sure them fire guys, when the fire department, the fire crews got there, they must have known. And so you could smell was toast. But they set that off twice. But anyway, it felt well. What Brian did, we had a hot plate. If you're not familiar with a hot plate, it's a big old electric burner. And you could cook stuff on it. Again, you weren't supposed to, but we did. And we did cheeseburger, hamburger, macaroni. Oh, and it was good. And I'm going to try to duplicate that. But anyway, we've got some special day coming up. We're a couple days before April 14th. April 14th, 1986, a special to ammo troops that were over at the Heath. Not going to tell you what it is, but if you were there with me, you know. And I will do. Cheers for April 14th to my ammo troops. But for tonight, we're going to make some Fatwell style, Brian Spangler Spanky style, hamburger helper, cheeseburger macaroni. Are you ready to get cooking with the chef? Are you ready? Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take 1 pound of ground beef. Oh yeah. You can use ground beef, you can use ground chuck, you can use ground sirloin. I use the cheapest ground beef I can find. It adds a lot more flavor. It's going to be greasy though. Oh yeah, we're going to take that, 1 pound of ground beef. What we can do, we're going to cook that up, a little saute pan there. And just keep chopping that up until you brown it up real nice. 1 pound. Normally, we would add salt and pepper. We might add a little of our flavor gods, but back in the day, back in the dormitories, we didn't have that extra salt and pepper and spice, so we're doing it just like it is. So we're going to brown up this 1 pound of ground beef, and then we're going to drain it. I'm trying to remember. We either took it outside and just drained it in the grass, or we put a bunch of paper towels in the bottom of a garbage can and drained it in there. I don't remember. But we are going to drain this once we get done. And it's almost ready to be drained. Are you ready? Alright, like always, sometime we're the budget chef, sometime we're the non-trained culinary gourmet chef. Tonight the budget chef. That's because it's a special military edition. Making this cheeseburger hamburger helper. So even if you don't want to do the military edition, if you've never made cheeseburger hamburger helper, oh, it's good. Nice and easy. So we've got the ground beef, and we drain that. Like I said, you can drain in the garbage, you can drain it in paper towels in the garbage, you can throw it down the drain. I wouldn't recommend that. You can put it out and just drain it in your grass. But we drained that ground beef, and what do we add to it? We added 1.5 cups of hot water. We put that in the nuke box, got it nice and hot, 1.5 cups of hot water. Then we put in 2 cups of milk. Oh yeah, then we stirred that in. Then what do we stir in? Our packet, our sauce packet with our cheese from the hamburger helper, cheeseburger. And we put our noodles in. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna bring this to a boil. And what are we gonna do once it boils? We're gonna turn down the heat and we're gonna simmer it for about 12 minutes. We're gonna cover it as it simmers. We're gonna turn it way down. We're almost at a boil. Look at there. Oh yeah. So as soon as it starts boiling, I'm gonna turn down the heat, make sure it's nice and stirred up. Put the cover on and simmer. All right, are you ready? All right, like I said, we put everything together, brought that to a boil, turned that down to simmer. We had a big old lid on there, simmered that for about 12 minutes. Now here's the twist, what we used to do in the dormitory for this military special. Corn. Look at there, a can of corn. Use any kind of corn you want. This happens to be no salt added. But you can use any kind. We're going to put that in there. We're going to stir this up and let that simmer a couple more minutes and take it off the heat. And once you take it off the heat, it's going to set up. That corn adds flavor, adds a little color, adds a little volume. Oh, yeah. We've got some cornbread in the oven right now, too. We didn't do that in the military, so that's just my little extra treat tonight. But here it is. We put the corn in. Let's stir this up, let that simmer for 2 or 3 more minutes, and pull it off the heat and see what we got. All right, finished product for our military special dinner. Look at there. There's a cheeseburger hamburger helper macaroni with our corn added. And yeah, we did do some cornbread with that. That's just like we used to do it. You can put salt and pepper on there. You can put some Frank's hot sauce. We used to eat it just like that. And yep, it's on a paper plate. That's how we used to do it. But I'd like to thank everybody that served our military. Doesn't matter what country you're in. We're in Florida, the United States. But whatever country you're in, if you've served your military, we'd like to give you a big thank you. And remember, that's the way we did it in England, at the Heath, 70 miles north of London. In the dorms, on the hot plate. Cheeseburger, hamburger, macaroni. If I can do it, you can do it. Enjoy. Bon appetit, says Chef-boyArGee.